Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about how to build your beginner's makeup starter kit. This is for anybody who's beginning in makeup and new to makeup, or people who just want to expand on their collection. So if you want to see what I think would be great drugstore items for a beginner makeup kit, keep watching. Okay, so like my other video, I wanted to start off with how you apply the products to your face. Like I mentioned in the opening, this will be all drugstore products, so they'll be very affordable. And the first thing that I'm going to start off with is a primer. This is not the purpose of this product was not to be a face primer for makeup, but I do, and a lot of girls on YouTube use this Monistat Chasing Relief Powder Gel as a primer for their foundation, because it fills in pores and fills in fine lines, and it helps your makeup stay on longer. The packaging looks like this. If you can see that, this is how it looks in the store. If you were to go and try to buy it, they sell it at Target for about $5. And if you're beginning with makeup and you don't want to invest $30 in a primer, I highly suggest that one. It works very well. Next, I wanted to talk about foundation. For foundations in a drugstore, it's pretty hard to find your color match if you haven't been matched before. So what I recommend for any beginner is to go to Sephora and ask them to color match you with a foundation that they have there at Sephora. This is a free service, and they'll also give you a free sample of whatever foundation you were matched to at Sephora. Now take that sample to Walmart, Target, or a drugstore and compare it to the different foundation shades. And that'll help you find your, perfect shade, because you're not supposed to open the foundation bottles inside of the drugstore. For African American women, it can also be kind of difficult to find the right shade, because a lot of the lighter shades have a yellow undertone, and a lot of the darker shades have a red undertone. So with me personally, I am kind of in the middle, but I have a yellow undertone, but all the foundations that they make for me have a red undertone, so it's hard to match me. And in that case, I would recommend mixing foundation. So what I did in the wintertime was I mixed this L'Oreal True Match foundation and this Nearly Naked by Revlon foundation. And I mixed these two together, and it gave me a perfect shade. This has a yellow undertone, and this has the deepness and color that I was looking for. So that's also a possibility for anyone who's having a hard time finding their foundation shade. Next, I wanted to talk about concealers. In my last video, I mentioned some affordable concealers by LA Girl, and they're pro concealers. And there's multiple shades in this concealer, and you should definitely be able to find your shade. And they're not sold in regular drugstores, so you might have to order it online, or you could look in your local beauty supply store for it. And also a good concealer is this NYX or NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. This is another concealer that's comparable to the LA Girls concealer, except it's in a container where you pull it out and you can wipe it on your face and then blend it in. This concealer is about $5, and they sell it at Ulta. They don't sell it at Target. Well, I've seen some Targets have NYX products now, but most of the NYX products are located at Ulta. So if you want to pick that up, this is a good product. Next, I want to talk about how to set concealer, and I mentioned this in my last video. And this is the Maybelline Dream Wonder powder, and like I said before, I'm in the dark. This is the darkest shade. It's coconut. And for your under eye concealer, you want to set it with a powder that's a little bit lighter than your skin tone when you use it for underneath your eyes. Just like with concealer, you always want to buy a shade a little bit lighter than your skin tone, so that it brightens your under eyes and it brightens your face, and you look more glowy. So when looking for a powder, always pick one a little bit lighter than your skin tone to set your under eyes. For an all over face powder, I recommend the Revlon Nearly Naked, and this is a darker shade, darker than the last one. And this is a nice sheer powder to put all over your face over your foundation, so that your foundation stays, it doesn't smudge, and doesn't transfer. This is a good product to use, and I am in color dark. Okay, next I wanted to talk about blushes. I mentioned NYX blushes. I love NYX blushes, and NYX also has cream blushes. And this is a good item to use if you want to wear makeup. It's good to use if you're wearing a full face of makeup, and it's also good to use on your bare skin if you don't want to put on a full face of makeup. It'll look more natural than a powder. So you just blend it in with your fingers, and it gives your cheeks a little bit of color. And also a good product from the drugstore is the Wet n Wild blushes. They're very pigmented, and they have, I think, 5 shades. And this shade is Heather Silk. It's a pretty shade, and I'm wearing this today, and this is a very blendable product, and it also comes with a little brush that you can apply it with. Thank you for coming back and watching my video. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down below. If you like the video, thumbs it up and subscribe. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye.